Hey guys, it's Benedictines the vegan. There's something that I love about being in nature. When you're going through something and you need healing, be in nature. Be away from people. Be in a place where you can be alone and think. A place like this, a place full of trees. Because, hey man, we live in a crazy world. You do actually need to detox sometimes. The world is really, really toxic. Today is Good Friday, where I live. Everyone is celebrating. Everyone is drunk. But I told myself that, nah, I don't want to be around people today. I think as you grow older, you should actually learn to be okay with being by yourself. It's very important to teach yourself to be okay with being by yourself. You should teach yourself to be okay with being alone. Because I know there are a lot of people that cannot be by themselves. They want to be around other people all the time, but really you gotta teach yourself to be okay with being alone. You've got to enjoy your own company. Teach yourself how to think. Teach yourself how to think thoughts that you actually like. I think a really, really big snake has passed here. Teach yourself to think thoughts that are going to actually make you feel better. Because healing is important. We live in a toxic world, but when you are alone, you must actually do things that are going to make you feel better. If you feel worse when you are alone, it means you still have a long way to go, because your life is going to be harder than it should be. You should really, really enjoy your own company. When you're alone, you must feel better. And unfortunately, you have to really, really be the one to teach yourself how to actually feel better. There isn't any formula out there that you can copy. You just have to find ways to heal yourself, because every person is different. I can tell you that, when I want to feel better, I start listening to music or watch YouTube videos of people walking in nature, or just imagine myself in a good place, or just sleep. But that cannot work for everyone. Every person is different, so you just find out what really works for you. It is important that you really, really get to enjoy your own company, because the world is toxic. So imagine if the world is toxic and you can't even be by yourself. So you need to be with other people all the time, because when you are by yourself, you feel lonely. You feel like something is missing. You must really, really enjoy your own company. It has gotten to a point where I feel better when I'm alone than when I'm with, other people. It has gotten to a point where I don't really want to be around other people. So yeah, man, you've got to work on yourself. Try to manage your emotions. Walk on water. Managing your emotions is like walking on water. It seems impossible, but it is possible. It's just that when you've been trying for a long time to really be able to manage your emotions, you feel like, it's impossible. I've been trying. It doesn't work. No, it actually does work. It's just not easy, but I think that's your biggest challenge. That's what you must do. It's more important than achieving your dreams. Managing your emotions and actually enjoying your own company, that's more important than achieving your dreams. That's more important than getting a lot of things that you want in this world. You must actually teach yourself to be okay just being by yourself without anything else. Just really being by yourself. It's actually beautiful when you think about it, because the world is toxic. This world is a cruel, toxic, uncaring void. If you want to rely on this world for your peace, you're going to be disappointed. It's a very, very toxic world, man. So really, it's important that you are okay being by yourself. It's important that you try to connect with nature and just be at peace. Today I was thinking a lot about love. And I thought, one of the biggest reasons why this world is very, very toxic is because love isn't what we think it is. A lot of people believe in love. That people actually believe that, if we loved one another as humans, things will be better. But the truth is, love isn't what we think it is. No, love is not what we think it is. It would be good if love was what we actually want it to be. But really, it is not. Love is a form of approval. I always say that, if love really existed, it would be understanding. It would be humans really being able to understand one another, or at least relate to one another. Because you have no choice but to love or connect with what you understand. But human beings don't even understand one another. Human beings don't even understand one another. What we call love is simply a form of approval. It's just you recognizing something that you actually like about someone. And it has a lot to do with you than it has to do with them. So you recognize something that you like about someone. As a guy, you see a beautiful woman and you actually like her because she's beautiful. You see, you saw something that you like, and because of that, you felt what you call love. I love this beautiful woman. But if she wasn't beautiful, you wouldn't love her, right? That's the problem. See, love is a form of approval. I just see something that I like about someone and then I feel love. And I think that I actually love them. No. It's all about me. It's not about them. It's about how they make me feel. You know, they make me feel how I want to feel. So I love them because of that. The problem here is that if love is just a form of approval, we live in a world where almost every person is not doing okay. Almost every person is not doing okay. Almost every person is not okay. There's a lot of things that are wrong with people, you know. Men are broke, women are broken. So how are we going to love one another if things are like this? If I love women for being beautiful, I'm not just talking about their looks, because beauty goes beyond looks. But a lot of women are broken. They're not beautiful on the inside because they're broken. They're angry. They're hurt. They got trust issues. They need healing. Men are broke. They don't have money. You know how hard it is to get employed these days? I'm not talking about working a shitty job, but even that is hard because there's way too many people. Now this is one of the dangers of reproducing like we're crazy. It's going to a point where a lot of people are not needed. And making money is not easy. You cannot just make money. If you don't have money, you don't just make money. It doesn't work that way. And remember, we haven't been taught to at least work on ourselves, work on our talents. We're supposed to rely on this crazy system. And this crazy system doesn't really need us anymore. So what do we do? That's why things are not okay in this world, man. Human beings cannot really love one another because they don't have any reason to. You see women saying, you know what? I want to be alone. I don't need no man. And men complain all the time. Oh, women these days are toxic. It's much easier for a woman to be in a relationship than it is for a man to be in a relationship. If a woman wants to be in a relationship, she'll be in a relationship right now. but they're broken. They can't even love you because you don't have anything to offer. They can't even love you genuinely. So we ended up with this world that we don't like. It's a very, very toxic world that is not easy to love. Sure. It's a very, very toxic world that is not easy to love. So that's what I'm saying, man. You gotta be okay being by yourself. You don't always need to be around people, because we live in a toxic world, and people are toxic. They're toxic because they're hurt. They're toxic because they're broke. They're toxic because they're not getting the things that they want. They're not getting what they want out of life. So they're angry. They actually hate one another. You see, humans hate one another. There's gotten to a point where humans actually hate one another, because here's the thing: if you are going through a lot in this world, you want certain things and you're not getting these things that you want, and you see other people getting these things that you want, how are you going to feel? You're not going to feel good, right? You're going to be angry. You're going to be jealous. Because even though a lot of people are not succeeding in this world, there will be people that are going to be successful. If you are broke as a guy, there will be guys who actually have money. There will be guys that if you are in a relationship, there will be guys that actually threaten you. There will be guys that you think, I don't want to see my mommy with these guys, because you know what, I might lose her. They have a lot of things that I do not have. As a woman, if you have been through a lot, if you've been used by men and you don't believe in love anymore, and you see other women being loved by their husbands, traveling the world with their husbands, how are you going to feel? That's what I'm saying. You got to learn to be by yourself, so that you don't have to deal with all of that. You don't have to deal with negative emotions. You don't have to compare yourself with other people. You're actually okay being by yourself, and you do not seek validation from others, because you shouldn't. You just found yourself in this world that's a mess. You're not the one that made this world to be what it is. You just found yourself here. So you don't have to feel negative emotions because this world is bad. Fuck it. It's the world that's bad. It's not you. So work on yourself. Work on your own healing. We've been programmed to actually love this world. Growing up, we've been programmed to actually love this world, to actually love the things of this world. We've been programmed to compete all the time. And because of that, we have lost ourselves. We can't really reconnect with ourselves. We think that we must find validation from others. We think that we must achieve a lot of things in order to be happy. I mean, yeah, happiness is not easy to achieve in a world like this, I know. But really, if it was possible to achieve happiness, you'd actually achieve happiness by teaching yourself to be happy than going out into the world and getting things. I mean, you know what getting things or achieving your dreams does to you? It actually make you addicted to doing a lot of things for happiness, you see? Like, oh, now I got this, but then I don't feel happy anymore. I felt happy. You become addicted to that feeling that you feel when you achieve something or when you get something that you want. So you continue to chase things. What happens when you are unable to get the things that you want anymore? Because you don't always win. You're not always on your top form. You're not always in your best form. So sometimes you will lose. Sometimes it will be hard for you to get the things that you want. So I'm telling you that really you've got to teach yourself to be okay with being by yourself and being alone and not having anything else. If you can really, really teach yourself that and then you master it, you're good. You don't need this world. This world is toxic. A lot of things that we've been trained to need ain't going to help us. Like I told you, love isn't what you think it is. In fact, it isn't even real. It's a lie. Love is a lie. People believe that love is real and they talk about it like it's something that's gonna save this world. Like, oh, only if we loved one another as people. It isn't. People watch romantic movies and believe that human beings actually love one another like that. Like, men can just be loved for just being men. Like, it works that way. Like, a woman can just be loved just because she's a woman. Like that. There's so many things that people find themselves doing for love, man. People ain't just gonna love you. It doesn't work that way. Human beings are competing. Remember, we're animals. We're not different from other animals. We just like to convince ourselves that we are. We compete for love. We actually do compete for love. You see, you don't get love by being good. Animals don't find love because they are good. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with having something that's other people value. That's what it has to do with. It has a lot to do with being valued. People ain't going to just love you simply for existing or simply for being a good person. It's not going to help you. But you watch a romantic movie and think, oh, that lady was loved by that guy because she was good. He chose her over a very, very attractive woman because that attractive woman was rude. It doesn't work that way. He's gonna, in the real world, he's gonna choose that attractive lady that's rude. Oh, in that movie I saw a woman choose a guy that has nothing. She didn't care that he had nothing. She chose him over a guy that had everything. In the real world, it doesn't work that way. People believe in what they saw in Titanic. Like, yeah. Jack didn't have much. He was actually poor. Wait, because I've watched Titanic like 10 years ago. I've only watched it once. His name was Jack, right? DiCaprio, the character that he was playing, his name was Jack, right? It has to be, though. You see, we have an idea of how we want the world to be, and sometimes we convince ourselves that the world is actually what we want it to be. And growing up, we actually believed that the world was what we thought it was, or what we wanted it to be. I'm not gonna lie to you, I believed that the world was what I wanted it to be. It's like, things are going to be okay. Just be a good person, treat everyone right, pray, believe in God, help others when they need your help. Things are going to be okay. Look, if you really want to know where we are, look at how animals live. There's no compassion there, man. If you are weak, you're going to lose. So I'm telling you that this world is really, really toxic. You have to constantly be fighting. It's a battle. You might tell yourself that it isn't, but that isn't going to save you. So really, teach yourself to be okay with being by yourself. The best thing that you can do for yourself is actually separate yourself from this world, because you are addicted to it. If you are lonely, for an example, that's because you are addicted to this world. You want to be with other people. You are addicted to their attention. You're addicted to attention. So you feel lonely because you're not getting the attention that you want. So you gotta work on yourself. Reach a level where you just don't care. You're alright. You don't actually need anyone. You don't need anyone. If you're a woman, you don't need anyone to tell you that you're beautiful, to feel good. It's fine. You don't need anyone to be telling you that. You're good. Just keep on working on yourself, because what I'm telling you is actually possible, and it's actually what you should be doing. Teaching yourself to be away from this world and be alright. You shouldn't be finding ways to actually be part of this world. You shouldn't be finding ways to fit in. This world is way too toxic for you to be doing that. It is crazy that people are bringing children into this world to play the games that are being played here. But you know what I think? I think people are just operating at a very, very low level of awareness, and they think that everyone is going to be, at that level of awareness. I think that's what they think. So when you tell them that, hey man, this world is crazy, there's something wrong here, I do not believe in this world, they think, what? You've got to be sick. You've got to be sick. How can you not love this world? I mean, there are a lot of good things to love about this world. You ask them, what are the good things to love about this world? They tell you, being in a relationship, having a child, having friends, traveling, like, even though some of these things are beautiful, like, being able to travel. The thing with the reason why I say some of these things are beautiful is because I feel like humans have been trained to need other people, and I'm saying to you that actually train yourself to need no one. It is actually good to be in a relationship with someone. I'm not against that. It is actually good to be friends with other people, to have friends, to have people that you can talk to when you want to talk to someone. But it is not a must. You must be okay even if you are alone. Teach yourself to be okay even when you are alone. Now, one thing that you must realize, most of the things that people love about this world, when you look at what they really love about these things, you actually realize that we're just animals. It's not like we love these things for like good reasons. For an example, if people who actually, most people that are in relationships right now, they're not really in those relationships because they just love their partner. It has a lot to do with them wanting to be valued. You feel like you want someone to value you. It has a lot to do with what you can get from someone. So that's how most people are, when they're in relationships. They just want to be valued. They just want to show off because they want validation. That is why when people are in love, they actually want to have weddings. For an example, I'm not against the idea of having a wedding. I'm not against that idea. But really, we need to ask ourselves why people really celebrate their engagement with other people. Like, why what is it about that that's so important? Because they spend a lot of money. There are a lot of people who are broke that are going to have weddings this year. They could use that money for things that are actually important, things that are going to help them. That's because they're doing that because they want validation. They want other people to think, oh, at least that person is happy. Or to even feel jealous. Like, oh, I can't believe that person is happy. Because like I told you, human beings are not really, they don't really love one another like that. So some people actually want to have weddings so that the people that do not like them will feel jealous. That makes them feel good. They want to make other people jealous. So really, the things that we love about being in relationships ain't even good. You see? The things that we love about traveling, I know that people who travel a lot, but they take photos and post these photos on Facebook because they want to show everyone that they're traveling. It gets to a point where people just travel because they want to show people that they are traveling. They want to show, people that they are happy. They want people to think that they are happy. That makes them feel good. So really, what's making them feel good is not traveling. It's actually making other people see that they are enjoying their lives, even when they're not. Because most people who be posting stuff on Facebook ain't even happy. They just want other people to think that they're happy. That's what they're addicted to doing. They're addicted to making other people, they're addicted to doing things that are going to make other people think that they're happy, even when they're not happy. Now, that's something that you must realize. A lot of people that are friends actually don't love each other like that. I know a lot of people that are friends that be gossiping about each other like crazy. You'll be like, what the hell? Like, it's like these people are competing with each other, Moose. I remember Eminem said something like, what are friends? Friends are people that you really think are your friends, but they're really your enemies with secret identities. What's money? Money is what make people act funny. Money is the root of all evil. But yeah, man, trust me, the things that we actually love about this world ain't even good. That's why I am telling you that to actually love this world, you have to be operating at a very, very low level of consciousness. You see, people that are operating at a high level of consciousness don't love this world, because there isn't anything to love about this world. It's a crazy, sick world that no one should ever want to be part of. It is a crazy, crazy, sick world. And it's not a world that should actually exist. It's sick. It is way too sick. You know, if Elon Musk, I love using Elon Musk as an example. You know, that's because I actually like that guy. There's some about him that I actually like. You know, I think he isn't like other rich people. He's kind of, he thinks. You know, he actually does think. Most people that have the kind of wealth that he has, you know, they don't really think. They doing a lot of dumb shit, saying a lot of dumb shit, you know. But with Elon, it's kind of different. So if Elon created a bad simulation, a simulation that's actually worse than this world, and somehow we destroy this world, because you know that can really happen. You know, human beings might end up destroying this world. You know, I don't trust humans. They're not going to destroy this world because they want to destroy this world. They're going to destroy this world because of their selfishness. They're just evil, you know. They're evil. They might actually fight and end up destroying everything here, which would be good, because it's not like we're doing anything that's really important. We're just suffering and causing suffering. But yeah, let's just say Elon Musk created a simulation that's worse than this, and he actually, you know, put everyone inside that simulation because this world was destroyed. If it was worse than this, we will say that okay, life is worth it, because people seem to hold on to the idea of being alive, like that's what's good. Like being alive is actually what's good. Death is bad, being alive is good. Like no, actually it isn't. It isn't if you are experiencing a lot of suffering. It isn't if you are in hell. It isn't if it's meaningless, if it has no meaning, if it has no point. Because really, what are we doing here? Other than causing suffering, trying to justify our miserable existence. We must really see things as they really are. You know, understand ourselves, understand our motives, understand why we desire the things that we desire. You'll realize that it has a lot less to do with the reasons that we're using actually to justify doing these things or desiring these things. You know, we do the things that we do because we're just evil. Like human beings are more evil than you think, man. Human beings are way more evil than you think. It's just that we're so evil and because all of us everyone here is evil, it doesn't seem like we're evil, right? It's like being evil is normal. Human beings will like go an extra mile trying to make other people feel jealous. For that reason only, a person will go an extra mile because they want to make another person feel jealous. That's what I'm trying to show you. Like, human beings are evil. A person can buy a car not because they want that car, but because they want to make another person feel jealous, or because they are competing with another person, not because they actually want that car. A human can date a person that they do not love. Why? Because they want to make someone jealous. A human is capable of that. But what I've realized is that most of the things that we do, we're not doing these things because we really want to do them. We're not even doing these things for good reasons. We're actually doing these things because we want to make other people feel jealous, because we love seeing other people being jealous. That's what we want. And we make it seem as if that isn't what we want. Like, oh, I just want to get married and celebrate my marriage. No, you just want to make other people feel jealous. I want to build a big house because I want a big house. Are you sure you just want a big house, or you just want to make other people feel jealous? You want to be on top. You want other people to worship you. Is that something to love about being human? Really? Think about it, man. Is that what we must love about being human? There's a reason why people show off. They're not showing off because they just love showing off. It has nothing to do with that. There's a reason why people want to. You think that people want attention because, they just want someone to talk to. Actually, most humans want attention because they want to make people feel a certain way about them. So to bring someone into this world where we are, doing a lot of stupid shit that really doesn't make any sense, that has no point, is stupid. Because we are playing a very, very stupid game. Once you become conscious, you're like, okay, if I brought my child into this world, what will my child be doing? Unless I had a dumb child, because if you bring someone here and they're dumb like everyone that's here, and then, maybe they'll be fine. They'll be fine with all the things that are being done here. But let's just say you bring a person that's actually conscious. What's going to happen? Let's just say you bring a child into this world that's actually conscious. What is going to happen? Your child is going to look at you like, okay, what the heck? What the heck is going on here? Why did you bring me here? Tell me, why did you really bring me here? Because this world is sick. It doesn't make sense that you brought me into this world. It's a sick world. But yeah, man, another thing that I was thinking about is that maybe it is best when you reach a certain level of consciousness to realize that maybe you just got to be helping other humans. So what I mean by helping other humans is if they're operating at a very, very low level of consciousness, just try to pick them up, bring them to your level. That's what I mean by helping them, than being mad at them. Because trust me, man, like human beings are operating at a very, very low level of consciousness. You think them, doing stupid shit, it's just how they should be, like, okay, they were created to be that way, I get it, but it is possible for them to reach higher levels of consciousness. There are people in this world that have reached high levels of consciousness, so why can't they reach higher levels of consciousness? Why can't they make the right decisions? Why can't they do things that are going to actually minimize suffering? Because if really we want to play this game where we're causing a lot of suffering for ourselves and others, we're just operating at a low level of consciousness. It has everything to do with the level of consciousness, or level of consciousness, than it has to do with us loving this world. I actually think that there are people who really do not love this world, but who don't even know that they don't love this world, because they think that they should love this world, so they don't allow themselves to not love this world, or they don't allow themselves to acknowledge the fact that they do not love this world, because they feel like they must love it. They've been programmed to love it, so they feel guilty when they do not love it. It's dark. It's crazy that it's actually dark now, because I think it's like 6. It's not even 6 o'clock. It's not 6 p.m. now. I think it's like maybe 5:45. It's not supposed to be dark. Thank you, guys.